Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Fate Stay Night. It's been a minute. Sorry. It's been about 2 weeks. I know I put out that video asking if I should record. It's been about 9 days now, I think. I honestly was going to. But it turns out, between spending time with my family and dog sitting and whatnot, I just didn't end up with the time. Right, there were only a few times I even had the chance, and then I needed to try to set everything up so that my audio sounded good in the new room that I was in, and then I didn't have the Ultimate Edition patch installed yet, and I just decided to wait till I got home. So I'm home. I still have a friend over, but I'll have time to record. Anyways, that's it for that. I'm not going to be doing, obviously daily uploads when my friend is here. Every few days, I will be doing daily uploads, probably, honestly, but not a Fate. Every few days we'll get a few in. I'm just super excited to start the next route. I honestly couldn't wait 2 more weeks. So here we are. Let's go ahead and jump right into the next route. The start button was not the button I should have hit. It doesn't matter. I've done all these. We just wait for the choice, which is coming up pretty soon. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot, so I've already done 30 minutes of the beginning of the route. This is all going to be pretty familiar. Okay, so here is where we set the first save for the next route. You know what I just thought about? I'm probably going to lose my... Oh, I'm totally going to lose the main menu that it is right now. That is tough. Route to start. They're totally going to switch it to a new main menu, right? That's tough. And so the choice is to stop her. Whew, we're actually here. I can't believe it. It all happens in an instant. There's a man in red in front of Saber. The man in red is in an unfavorable position after being attacked by Saber, and he's about to receive a fatal blow. Behind them, the person watching Saber from behind that man is someone I know. I reach out with my left hand and call out. I don't know who that man in red is. Oops. But I'm sure Saber will attack the person behind the man after she defeats him. I can't let that happen. I can't let Saber attack her.
Yamero, Saber!
Boy, I used up a command spell. How did it take me this long to realize this was a different route? I used an entire extra command spell, and at no point until that 30-minute mark was up was I yeah, this got to be a different route. I was yeah, he just used a command spell for this bad end. Makes sense. Bad end that I didn't even remember being here in the first place. That's a natural explanation, yeah. I feel a sharp pain. One of the marks on my hand disappears. In its place, Saber halts her blow, which should not have been possible to stop. The silver armor hesitates for an instant. Using that opening, the man in red quickly gets away. I'm sure of it. That's the guy that was fighting Lancer. And the girl behind him is... I don't want to believe so, but is it really?
正気ですか、シロ。今なら確実にアーチャーとそのマスターを倒せた。だというのに、レイジを使ってまでその機会を逃すとは。
I don't know. I don't want Tosaka dead. Not that she would have died, but what could I have done? I don't understand the situation at all. I stopped Saber only because I didn't want to see her slash at the girl who saved me.
マスター、指示を撤回してください。あなたがそのような態度では、倒せる相手も倒せなくなる。
Saber readies the object in her hands again. In front of her is the red man she could not slay.
違う、やめてくれ、セイバー。正直、俺には何が何だかわからない。それでも、お前が襲いかかろうとしているやつは、俺が知っているやつなんだ。それを襲わせるなんてできない。
何を言うのです。 彼女はアーチャーのマスターだ。私たちの敵なのですから、ここで仕留めておかなければ。
Enemy? She and the man in red are enemies?
そんなことは知らない。大体な、マスターなんて言ってるけど、こっちは点でわからないんだ。俺のことをマスターなんて呼ぶんなら、少しは説明するのが筋ってもんだろ
う。それはそうですが、しかし。
Then...
つまりそういうことなわけね。素人のマスターさん。
Amateur Master San. She calls out to me with a polite yet harsh voice. When I turn around, I see the man in red and the girl in her school uniform. I gasp, so I wasn't seeing things. The person with the man in red is definitely that, Tosaka Rin.
Tosaka Rin.
How should I put this? Even I can tell that the man behind Tosaka isn't human. That thing is not of this world, just like Saber. Then, if Tosaka is with him, she's also...
何？私のこと知ってるんだ。なんだ、なら話は早いわよね。とりあえず、こんばんは、エミヤくん。
I don't know what her intentions are, but Tosaka greets me with a big smile. I'm troubled. When she greets me normally like that, I can almost forget about all these strange events and just greet her too.
バカかお前。こんばんはってそんな場合じゃないだろう。トサカ、お前は。
ええ、あなたと同じマスターよ。つまりは魔術師ってことになるわね。お互い似たようなものだし、隠す必要はないでしょ。
Yes, I suppose.
魔術師だって。そんな、お前魔術師なのか、トサカ。
She should be more surprised that you're a magus. My eyes widen and I point at Tosaka. Crap. I don't know why, but she's looking at me with real irritation.
いや違う。言いたいのはそういうことじゃなくて。
そう、納得いったわ。要するにそういうことなわけね、あなた。
Taking a look at us, she turns to the man behind her.
あーちゃん、悪いけどしばらく霊体になっててもらえる？私、ちょっと頭にきたから。
Pissed off Tosaka is not something you want to see.
それは構わないが、頭にきたとはどういう意味だ？
言葉通りよ。腹いせに現状を思い知らせてやらないと気が済まなくなったの。それまであなたの出番はないから消えていて。あなたがいたらセイバーだって剣を収められないでしょ。
また難儀なこと。ま、命令とあらば従うだけだが、一つ忠告すると、君は余分なことをしようとしているぞ。
The man literally disappears.
トサカ、今の。
いいから話は中でしましょ
Oh
う。
yeah, no, he's dumb.
どうせ何も分かってないんでしょう、
ま
エミヤ君は。安心して。嫌だって言っても全部教えてあげるから。
He's not dumb, he's ignorant to the situation. That's a better choice of words. He genuinely has absolutely no clue what's going on. At this point, saying this, she walks toward the entrance.
待てトサカ、何考えてんだお前。
I stop her, and then she turns, and the smile on her face isn't like the previous one.
バカね、いろいろ考えてるわよ。だから話をしようって言ってるんじゃない。
Jeez.
エミヤ君、突然の事態に驚くのもいいけど、素直に認めないと命取りって時もあるのよ。ちなみに今がその時だって分かって。分かればよろしい。それじゃあ行こっか、エミヤ君のお家にね。あなたもそれでいいでしょ、セイバー。見逃してもらったお礼にあなたのマスターにいろいろ教えてあげるんだから。
いいでしょう。何のつもりかは知りませんが、あなたがマスターの助けになる限りは控えます。
I'm just so glad to be back. To get to record Fate a little bit. Tosaka goes through the gate.
なんかすげえ怒ってるぞ。
And you
あい
get to
つ
see Tosaka again. I don't know why though. I don't know, but
それにしたってあいつ。
and honestly, I was kind of upset about or like annoyed at that one, what was it? Oh god, the Tiger Dojo, where we kind of saw the scene at the school with Tosaka, but now I am just intrigued. Like, how does it get to that point? Right? Like, is Tosaka gonna be like an enemy on this route, or I don't know. I really don't know. I'm excited to find out though. Sorry, I know that's kind of random. Just thinking about it. How excited I am to keep playing this route. Get back to this game. New route. It's awesome, man. She's totally unlike the way she is at school. So, I'm in a strange situation. In front of me is the school's #1 idol, whom I admire, Tosaka Rin. And following silently behind me is Saber, who calls herself a servant. Yeah, that's pretty strange, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. The hallway suddenly feels like part of a different dimension. But I can't be a coward forever. I'm a magus, even if I'm just an amateur. Tosaka Rin, a magus just like me, is acting boldly, so I have to act firmly as well. But I can only work out a few things. First, about Saber, who's following me. I'm sure that she's some kind of a familiar, because she calls me master and I've made a contract with her. I've heard that a familiar is a kind of assistant. Most magi transfer a part of their body into something and then summon it as another self. It is something that assists the magus. Consequently, it's commonly accepted that small animals are the most suitable as to reduce the burden of the magus. So I've been taught, but...
何かあるのですか、シロ。
ああ、いや、なんでもない。
Saber looks human no matter how you look at her. She's clearly superior to me, her master. I don't have the magical energy to control something like that, someone like that. And more than that, I don't have the magic circuit to summon a familiar. The Saber must rather be something else than a familiar. She said she's a servant. I don't know what that is, but I think the man called Lancer and the man in red with Tosaka were the same thing. I don't understand why I have to yawn so much when I record the game, man. Sheesh. Saber called Tosaka a master as well. I guess magi with a servant are called masters. It seems Tosaka is a magus as well, but I have no idea who she is. The Emiya family are just outsiders who came to this town in my father's generation. That's why I didn't know that Tosaka was a magus, and I'm sure Tosaka didn't know that I knew magic. There are several magi in this town that I don't know about. If Lancer is the familiar of another magus in this town, does that mean I've stuck my head into a conflict between magi? Oh yeah, you have.
へえ、結構広いのね。和風っていうのも新鮮だな。ああ、エミヤくん、そこが今？
Saying so, Tosaka goes into the living room. I should stop thinking. Let's just listen to Tosaka's story. It's probably for the best right now. Turn brain off. I turn the lights on. It's already past 1 in the morning.
あ、寒っ。何よ、窓ガラス全開してるじゃない。
仕方ないだろ。ランサーってやつに襲われたんだ。なりふり構ってられなかったんだよ。
ああ、そういうこと。じゃあ、セイバーを呼び出すまで一人であいつとやり合ってたの？
Yep.
やり合ってなんかない。ただ一方的にやられただけだ。
Okay, yeah, that's a better description, but...
ふーん、変な見え張らないんだ。そっかそっか。ほんと見た目通りなんだ、エミヤくんって。
Tosaka walks over to the broken window. Tosaka takes a piece of the shattered glass, takes a look at it, and...
Minuten vor Schweißen.
She cuts the tip of her finger and puts a drop of her blood onto the glass. What kind of magic is this? The shattered glass recombines and restores itself in a matter of seconds.
トサカ、今の。
ちょっとしたデモンストレーションよ。助けてもらったお礼にはならないけど、一応筋は通しておかないとね。もう私がやらなくともそっちで直したんだろうけど、こんなの魔力の無駄遣いでしょ。本当なら窓ガラスなんて取り替えれば済むけど、こんな寒い中で話すのもなんだし。
We definitely would be able to do that, okay? Definitely, for sure, every time. She says this as if it's completely natural. But needless to say, her skills are beyond my comprehension.
いや、 すごいぞ遠坂。俺はそんなことできないからな。直してくれて感謝してる。
できないってそんなことないでしょ。
Nope.
ガラスの扱いなんて初歩の初歩だもの。
We sure can't, and that's gotta be quite concerning for her. Oh man.
たった数分前に割れたガラスの修復なんてどこの学派でも入門試験みたいなものでしょ。
そうなのか。俺は親父にしか教わったことがないから、そういう基本とか処方とか知らないんだ。
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know like anything. We are dumb when it comes to this.
は？
Tosaka freezes. Damn, it seems I said something I shouldn't have.
ちょっと待って。じゃあ何？エミヤ君は自分の工房の管理もできない半人前ってこと？
Correct. And this is where we get the how did you even summon Saber? And the answer is I don't know.
いや、工房なんて持ってないぞ、俺。
Well, I do have that shed as my training area, but I think Tosaka would get mad if I called that my workshop.
まさかとは思うけど確認しとく。もしかしてあなた五大要素の扱いとかパスの作り方も知らない？
Correct. I honestly admit that I don't know. Wow, that's scary. She's so beautiful usually, so this makes her look pretty frightening now.
何？じゃああなた素人？
Yes.
そんなことないぞ。一応強化の魔術ぐらいは使える。
強化ってまたなんとも半端なのを使うのね。で、それ以外はからっきしってわけ？
Yep.
まあ端的に言えば多分。
Her glare makes me answer vaguely.
はあ、なんだってこんなやつにセイバーが呼び出されるのよ。まったく。
You know, it suddenly makes a lot more sense after the Fate route, how that happened. You know, him having the sheath of Excalibur and all. That makes a lot more sense. Because based on his capabilities as a Magus alone, there's no way he ever should have summoned Saber. It makes me mad. I haven't been playing around. I know I'm an amateur, but I don't think it matters right now.
まあいいわ。もう決まったことに不平をこぼしても始まらない。そんなことより今は借りを返さないと。
Tosaka takes a breath.
それじゃあ話を始めるけど、
Dang, that jacket's gone.
エミヤ君、自分がどんな立場にあるのか分かってないでしょ。
I nod.
やっぱり。まあ一目で分かったけど、一応確認しとかないとね。知ってる相手に説明するなんて心の贅肉だし。
I think that was a weird phrase, but I stay quiet. Because I think she'll beat me up if I make fun of her now. Yeah, she probably will.
率直に言うと、エミヤ君はマスターに選ばれたの。どっちかの手に精魂があるでしょ。手の甲とか腕とか、個人差はあるけど、3つの霊樹が刻まれているはず。それがマスターとしての証よ。
手の甲って、あ、これか。
The one you used already.
そう。それはサーバントを律する呪文でもあるから大切にね。霊樹って言うんだけど、それがある限りはサーバントを従えていられるわ。
ある限りってどういうことだよ。
霊樹は絶対命令権なの。サーバントの意志をねじ曲げて絶対に言いつけを守らせる呪文がその刻印よ。発動に呪文は必要なくて、あなたが霊樹を使用するって思えば発動するから。
As you saw just a few minutes ago.
で、その霊樹がなくなったらエミヤ君は殺されるだろうから、せいぜい注意して。
俺が殺される？
そうよ。マスターが他のマスターを倒すのが聖杯戦争の基本だから。そうして他の6人を倒したマスターには望みを叶える聖杯が与えられるの。
に？
Hold on. I don't understand what Tosaka's talking about at all. Like the part about masters killing other masters. And the part where the winner gets a holy grail. Wait, does she mean that holy grail?
まだわからない？要するにね、あなたはあるゲームに巻き込まれたのよ。聖杯戦争っていう7人のマスターの生存競争。他のマスターを一人残らず倒すまで終わらない魔術師同士の殺し合いに。
Yep. Osaka Rin states this as if it's the most natural thing in the world. The phrases I heard swirl in my head. I've been chosen as a master. Osaka says she is a master. Familiars called servants. And a battle to the death between magi of the Holy Grail War.
待て、なんだそれ。いきなり何言ってんだお前。
気持ちはわかるけど、私は事実を口にするだけよ。それに、あなただって心の底では理解しているんじゃない？一度ならず二度までもサーバントに殺されかけて、自分はもう逃げられない立場なんだって。
Yeah, no kidding. That's... Certainly, I was almost killed by that Lancer guy, but...
あ、違うわね。殺されかけたんじゃなくて、殺されたんだっけ？よく生き返ったわね、エミヤくん。
Ooh. Oh, is she actually, like, revealing it? Like... Maybe not revealing that she saved him, but... Not almost killed, but actually killed. That's right. I was killed by that guy. I should be more surprised about the fact that I'm alive than about the situation I'm in. The wound in my chest, the escaping blood, the escaping warmth, and the pure voice I heard amidst all of that.
納得いった？とっくにあなたはそういう立場になってるのよ。何も分かってないからって逃げることなんてできないし。あなたも魔術師なら覚悟ぐらい決まってるでしょ？殺されるのが私たちだってね。
Yeah, it's just how it is, I guess. Dosaka's in a good mood, maybe because she enjoys watching me be troubled. Yeah, I'm already prepared.
父さん、俺がランサーに殺されたことを
Oh, there it
知っ
is.
てるのか？
Yes, sir. I did not get this far when I was playing the route or accidentally started the route myself. I wonder how she knows the fact. Whoops. Exposed herself.
少し調子に乗りすぎたか。
She's acting suspiciously.
今のはただの推測よ。つまんないことだから忘れなさい。
How do you just guess somebody got murdered and brought back to life? Shiro, stop. Press her on that.
つまんないことじゃないぞ。俺はあの時、誰かに。
いいから、そんなことよりもっと自分の置かれた立場を知りなさいっての。
You think Shiro's gonna realize?
あなたも7人のマスターの一人、聖杯戦争の主役なんだから。
Was that a successful topic change? Tosaka turns her back to me and paces as if she's a teacher or something.
いい？この町では何十年かに一度7人のマスターが選ばれて、それぞれサーバントが与えられるの。マスターは斧が手足であるサーバントを行使して他のマスターを潰していく。これが聖杯戦争と呼ばれる儀式のルールよ。私もマスターに選ばれた一人だからサーバントと契約したし、あなただってセイバーと契約した。エミヤ君は自分でセイバーを呼び出したわけじゃなさそうだけど、もともとサーバントってのは聖杯が与えてくれる使い魔だからね。エミヤ君みたいに何も知らない魔術師がマスターになることだってありえるわ。
That makes sense. Obviously, like, we knew that fact, but that explains how Saber actually appeared. The Holy Grail's like, oh, whoa, you're dying. No, we don't want that. Tosaka's explanation is too brief for me to understand. But there is one thing I do wonder about.
ちょっと待ってくれ。遠坂はセイバーを使い魔だって言うけど、俺にはそうは思えない。だって使い魔っていうのは猫とか鳥だろ。そりゃ人の幽霊を扱うやつもいるって言うけど、セイバーはちゃんと体がある。それにとても使い魔なんかに見えない。
I glance at Saber. Saber's quietly listening to our conversation. She looks just like a human being. I don't know her identity, but she's a girl about my age.
使い魔ね。まあサーバントはその分類ではあるけど、位置づけは段違いよ。何しろそこにいる彼女はね、使い魔としては最強とされるゴーストライナーなんだから。
Did we ever get this information in the Fate route? We probably didn't, I just forgot. Like the specifically Ghost Liner. We probably did.
ゴーストライナー。じゃあそのやっぱり幽霊ってことか？
幽霊。似たようなものだけど、そんなもんと一緒にしたらセイバーに殺されるわよ。サーバントは受肉した過去の英雄、精霊に近い人間以上の存在なんだから。
はあ？受肉した過去の英雄。
そうよ。過去だろうが現代だろうが、とにかく死亡した伝説上の英雄をこう引っ張ってきてね、実体化させるのよ。まあ呼び出すまでがマスターの役割で、後の実体化は聖杯がしてくれるんだけどね。魂を形にするなんてのは一介の魔術師には不可能だもの。
You know, for a second I forgot
ここは
Shiro. Whoops.
強力なアーティファクトの力におんぶしてもらうってわけ。
My bad. For a second I forgot Shiro doesn't just know all this. This, you get this info so early in the game that I forgot this is something that had to be explained to Shiro. And he really is just as ignorant as the player is. Pretty perfect way to justify explaining everything in the world.
ちょっと待て。過去の英雄って。
I look over at Saber. And she's a heroine from the past too? Well, it's true that nobody would dress like that now, but still.
そんなの不可能だ。そんな魔術聞いたことがない。
当然よ。これは魔術じゃないもの。あくまで聖杯による現象と考えなさい。そうでなければ魂を再現して固定化するなんてできるはずがない。
魂の再現って。じゃあそのサーバントは幽霊とは違うのか？
It's literally like a soul being transferred between time.
違うわ。人間であれ動物であれ機械であれ、偉大な功績を残すと輪廻の枠から外されて一段階上に昇華するって話聞いたことない？
Machines too? Wow, they really don't exclude here. And no, he probably hasn't.
英霊っていうのはそういう連中よ。要するに崇め立て祀られて疑似的な神様になった者たちなんでしょうね。降霊術とか口寄せとか、そういう一般的な霊を扱う魔術は彼らの力の一部を借り受けて奇跡を起こすでしょ。けどこのサーバントっていうのは英霊本体を直接連れてきて使い魔にする。だから基本的には霊体としてそばにいるけど、必要とあらば実体化させて戦わせられるってわけ。
That's not quite how our servant works, but
その霊体と実体を使い分けられるってことか。さっき遠坂についてたやつが消えたのは霊体になったから？
そう。今はここの家の屋根で外を見張ってるわ。さっきの戦いで分かったと思うけど、サーバントを倒せるのは同じ霊体であるサーバントだけなの。
that's the basis of the whole Holy Grail War.
そりゃ相手が実体化していればこっちの攻撃も当たるから、うまくすれば倒せるかもしれない。
The error would require some exceptional luck.
けどサーバントはみんな怪物じみてるでしょ。だから怪物の相手は怪物に任せて、マスターは後方支援をするっていうのがセオリーね。
Osaka's explanation irritates me for some reason. Probably the fact that she called them monsters. She calls them monsters. Wow. Yep. Called them. I mean, it wasn't that hard to figure out, but I don't know about the other servants, but I don't want her to talk about Saber like that.
とにかくマスターになった人間は召喚したサーバントを使って他のマスターを倒さなければならない。そのあたりは理解できた？
言葉の上でなら。けど納得なんて言ってないぞ。そもそもそんな悪趣味なことを誰が何のために始めたんだ？
それは私が知るべきことでもないし、答えてあげることでもない。そのあたりはいずれちゃんと聖杯戦争を監督しているやつに聞きなさい。
She gonna bring us there?
私が教えてあげられるのはね、あなたはもう戦うしかなくて、 サーバントは強力な使い魔だからうまく使えってことだけよ。
Okay. I see what people mean by like they do copy some of the same scenes, like the church scene. I can't help but wonder if this scene might provide some more valuable information, like now that I know what's going on. What? I right clicked. What? Oh my god. Let's just reload it. Because I don't know if I'm on the right place. I don't know if I accidentally skipped or not. Whatever. There we are. I can't right click and save there. Alright, we'll just keep going. I will resume after the church scene if I decide there's nothing valuable. Like, nothing valuable there. Like, I'll cut it out. That's what I'm saying. If there's some interesting stuff there, I'll keep it in here. Okay. Tosaka says this and turns to Saber.
さて、エミヤ君から話を聞いた限りじゃ、あなたは不完全な状態みたいね、セイバー。
ええ、あなたの言う通り、私は万全ではありません。シローには私を実体化させる魔力がないため、霊体に戻ることも、魔力の回復も難しいでしょう。
驚いたわ。そこまでひどかったこともだけど、あなたが正直に話してくれるなんて思わなかった。どうやって弱みを聞き出そうかなって程度だったのに。
She'll just directly tell you her weakness.
敵に弱点を見抜かれるのは不本意ですが、あなたの目は欺けそうにない。こちらの手札を隠しても意味はないでしょう。
That's fair.
それならばあなたに知ってもらうことで、シローにより深く現状を理解してもらった方がいい。
正解。風格も十分と。もうますます惜しい。私がセイバーのマスターだったらこんな戦い勝ったも同然だったのに。
Sound like you're already giving up. Tosaka clenches her fists in anger.
トサカ、それ俺がふさわしくないってことか？
More or less, yeah.
当然でしょ、ヘッポコ。
Wow. She just said something excuse me. She just said something that any normal person would have trouble saying.
何？まだなんか質問があるの？
And she doesn't realize it. Her honor student image from school crumbles inside of me. Good going, you say. Tosaka certainly shows no openings, just like a devil.
さて、話がまとまったところでそろそろ行きましょうか。
Tosaka suddenly says something strange.
行くってどこへ？
To the church on the hill.
だからあなたが巻き込まれたこのゲーム、聖杯戦争をよく知っているやつに会いに行くの。エミヤ君、聖杯戦争の理由について知りたいんでしょ？
I feel like talking to him again ought to be interesting now that we know all the information from the Fate route.
それは当然だ。けど、それってどこだよ？もうこんな時間なんだし、あんまり遠いのは。
大丈夫。隣町だから急げば夜明けまでには帰ってこれるわ。それに明日は日曜なんだから別に夜更かししてもいいじゃない。
いや、そういう問題じゃなくて。
Just that a lot of things happened today, so I want to have a rest and think about them.
何？行かないの？もうエミヤ君がそう言うんならいいけど、セイバーは？
Tosaka asks Saber.
ちょっと待て、セイバーは関係ないだろう。あんまり無理強いするな。
もうマスターとしての自覚はあるんだ。私がセイバーと話すのは嫌？
そんなことあるか。ただ、遠坂の言うのが本当なら、セイバーは昔の英雄なんだろ？なら、こんな現代に呼び出されて、右も左もわからないはずだ。
Well, she happens to know plenty about 10 years ago, but...
だから、
シロ、それは違う。サーバントは人間の世であるのなら、あらゆる時代に適応します。ですからこの時代のこともよく知っている。
知ってるって本当に？
もちろん。この時代に呼び出されたのも一度ではありませんから。
Yeah, that information shocks even Tosaka. She did not
嘘。
know that.
どんな確率よそれ。
So she knows there was one 10 years ago, and she's like, oh, it's the same Saber? What? Hey, Tosaka's surprised too. So that must mean Saber said something incredible.
シロ、私は彼女に賛成です。あなたはマスターとして知識がなさすぎる。あなたと契約したサーバントとして、シロには強くなってもらわなければ困ります。
Saber stares at me silently. It's a gentle stare that's worried not for herself, but for me.
わかった。行けばいいんだろ、行けば。で、それってどこなんだ、トサカ。ちゃんと帰ってこれる場所なんだろうな。
もちろん。行き先は隣町の琴峰教会。そこがこの戦いを監督してるエセ神父の居所よ。
Yeah, the false priest. Tosaka makes an evil smile. Looks like she's having fun dragging me around while I don't know anything. It might be prejudice, but I'm beginning to feel like there's a problem with her personality. A little bit, but it's fun. It's very fun to read, at least. We walk through the nighttime town. It's past 1 in the morning and there's no one out at this time. The lights in the houses are out, and only the street lamps illuminate the silent town.
まあ、トサカ、スカのことを聞くけど、歩いて隣町まで行く気なのか？
そうよ。だって電車もバスも終わってるでしょ。いいんじゃない？たまには夜の散歩っていうのも。
Given the situation we're in, is that really wise?
そうか。一応聞くけど、隣町までどのくらいかかるか知ってるか？
歩いてだと1時間ぐらいかしらね。まあ、遅くなったら帰りはタクシーでも拾えばいいでしょ。
そんな余分な金は使わないし、俺が言いたいのは、女の子が夜出歩くのはどうかってことだ。最近物騒なのは知ってるだろ？もしものことがあったら責任持てないぞ、俺。
I think Tosaka can fend for herself, man.
安心しなさい。相手がどんなやつだろうとちょっかいなんて出してこないわ。
Yeah, and that's ignoring
エ
the
ミヤ
fact
君
that
は忘れ
Saber's
てる
there.
みたいだけど、そこにいるセイバーはとんでもなくお強いんだから。
Even ignoring that Saber is there, I think freaking Tosaka could handle like anybody besides another master and servant. She's right. Whoever it is, if someone attacks her, they'll be counterattacked viciously.
リン、シロは今何を言いたかったのでしょう。私には理解できなかったのですが。
いや、大した勘違いっぷりっていうか、大間抜けっていうか。なんでも私たちが痴漢に襲われたらエミヤ君が助けてくれるんだって。
Or being plain stupid.
そんな、シロは私のマスターだ。それでは立場が逆ではないですか。
Oh man.
そういうの考えてないんじゃない？
Yeah, no.
魔術師とかサーバントとかどうでもいいって感じ。あいつの頭の中一度見てみたくなったわね。
I just gotta say, I love Tosaka's sprite shape, man. She has the funniest sprites to me. Tosaka and Saber now know each other well enough to talk to each other. Saber's been silent ever since I stopped her from going out dressed like she was. She said she wouldn't take off her armor, so I made her wear a raincoat, and she's been quiet ever since. Now she follows me and only speaks to Tosaka.
あれ？どっちに行くのよエミヤ君。そっち道が違うんじゃない？
I don't know.
橋に出ればいいんだろ？
Ah,
ならこっちのが近道だ。
he knows the shortcut. I don't want to walk alongside them, so I quickly make my way to the small side road. They follow me without objection. We come out into a park. Oh man, this is the scene of the one fight with Gilgamesh. Sheesh. Which is obvious and is not really significant right now, but just a thought I had. We have to cross that bridge to go to the neighboring town of Shinto, but
へえ、こんな道あったんだ。そっか。橋には公園からでも行けるんだから、公園を目指せばいいのね。
Tosaka looks up at the bridge, talking happily. That is such a, like... That is a huge smile. Huh. That looks like like dumb giddy. Right, like smile. Like completely out of the moment, just giddy. Maybe it's just because it's nighttime. Tosaka's face, looking up at the bridge, seems even more beautiful than at school. I'm troubled.
いいから行くぞ。別に遊びに来たわけじゃないんだから。
I hurry Tosaka, who's standing still in the park, and make my way up the stairs. Once we reach the road alongside the bridge, Shinto will be straight ahead of us. There's no one on the bridge. That's only natural as not many people use it even during daytime. It's more normal to use the bus or the train to get to the neighboring town, so this bridge is rarely used. It's because it's so long and it carries a fear that it might collapse on you. That must be why this place isn't used for dates, even though it's perfect location-wise.
バカらしい。何考えてんだ俺。
Saber is following me silently, and Tosaka is walking right beside me. Trying to ignore them, I hurry across the bridge. Beyond the bridge, Tosaka leads us into the suburbs. When I think about Shinto, only the office buildings in front of the station come to mind, but beyond those, the streets are very old. The suburbs are the oldest of all. There's hilly roads and a lofty view overlooking the sea. As you go further up the hill, there are fewer buildings and the foreigner cemetery built on the slope can be seen.
この上が教会よ。エミヤ君も一度ぐらいは行ったことがあるんじゃない？
Ooh, yes, he has, but is he gonna say that?
いや、
No,
な
he
い。
says no.
あそこが孤児院だったってことぐらいは知ってるけど。
Or no, he never went, but yeah, the other kids did. I thought he went, like, for a moment, but no. I suppose there's no way he could have went, or he wouldn't be here right now.
そう。なら今日が初めてか。じゃあ少し気を引き締めた方がいいわ。あそこの神父は一筋縄じゃいかないから。
I'm ready for that. I want to see if he says anything interesting that can be taken in a new way now that we know much more about the game. Tosaka starts up the hill. Looking up, I can see a building at the top of the hill. A church atop the hill. I never thought I'd visit God's house for the first time for a reason like this. That's fair.
すごいなこれ。
The church is magnificent. The church's grounds must cover the whole top of the hill. A flat expanse welcomes me as soon as I reach the top. The church isn't that big, but it is compelling, towering over its visitors.
シロ、私はここに残ります。
なんでだよ。ここまで来たのに、セイバーだけ置いてけぼりなんてできないだろう。
私は教会に来たのではなく、シロを守るためについてきたのです。シロの目的地が教会であるのなら、これ以上遠くには行かないでしょう。ですから、ここで帰りを待つことにします。
Saber says clearly. It doesn't seem like she'll budge an inch, so I decide to respect her decision.
わかった。それじゃあ行ってくる。
はい。誰であろうと気を許さないように、マスター。
I'll keep that in mind. I really hope we get something interesting there, because I don't want to have to cut this. Actually, I might not be able to cut it, because I only have so much time. I probably won't cut it, actually, now that I think about it. Even if this is really horrible use of time. Maybe I'll timestamp it, so you can skip it. If it's that bad. It is a large, impressive chapel. Since it's so big, many people must come here during the day. Nope. The priest here must be quite distinguished if he's entrusted with such a church.
トサカ、ここの神父さんというのはどんな人なんだ？
A menace to society.
どんな人かって説明するのは難しいわね。10年来の知人だけど、私だって未だにあいつの性格はつかめないもの。
Yeah, it makes sense that they've known each other for 10 years, I guess. Well, we didn't know when the last Holy Grail War was, so obviously we couldn't have known, but yeah, that makes sense.
10年来の知人？それはまた随分と年季が入った関係だな。もしかして親戚か何かか？
親戚じゃないけど、私の後見人よ。ついでに言うと、兄弟子にして第二の師っていうところ。
兄弟子って魔術師としての兄弟子？
そうだけど、なんで驚くのよ、そこで。
だって神父さんなんだろ？神父さんが魔術なんて そんなのご法度じゃないか。
That's why he's a fake priest. By their nature, Magus and the church cannot be in harmony. The organization that Magi belonged to was called the Magic Association. And the other side of religion, the side you wouldn't see while living a normal life, is called the Holy Church. The two are barely similar. They cooperate on the surface, but they're always trying to kill each other when given the chance. The church hates heretics. They totally eliminate the inhuman, and they count magic using humans among their targets. For the church, miracles are only given to holy saints. Any miracles performed by other people are heresies. There are no exceptions, even for those within the church. The higher one rises in the church, the more one is prohibited from the impurity of magic. And for a follower entrusted with a church like this, and the more divine protection one receives, the more one should stay away from magic.
いや、そもそもここの神父さんってこっち側の人だったのか。
Well, not really, but we don't know that.
ええ、聖杯戦争の監督役として派遣されたやつだもの。バリッバリの代行者よ。まあ、最も神のご加護があるかどうかは疑問だけど。
Tosaka's footsteps echo as she approaches the altar. Excuse me. It's bad manners to do that when the priest isn't here, but it's so late at night. He won't be in the chapel, so if he's anywhere, it'll be the private room in the back.
んで、その神父さんはなんて言うんだ。さっきは琴峰とかなんとか言ってたけど。
Menace to society. Dennis the Menace. That's his name. I ask Tosaka while following her. Tosaka stops in front of the altar and turns to me with an uncomfortable expression.
名前は琴峰綺麗。父さんの教え子でね。もう10年以上顔を合わせてる腐れ縁よ。
Sheesh.
まあ、できれば知り合いたくなかったけど。
Wait, what happened to her father then? I remember making the assumption that he died in the last Holy Grail War. So, like, but Kirei fought in it. I'd assume that was in his place. So did he die before that? I guess.
同感だ。私も死を敬わぬ弟子など持ちたくはなかった。
Oh man. A footstep. He must have noticed our entry as he slowly appears from the other side of the altar.
再三の呼び出しにも応じぬと思えば、変わった客を連れてきたな。彼が7人目というわけか、リン。
Bro is about to rejoice when he hears his name.
そう。一応魔術師だけど、中身は点で素人だから見てられなくって。確かマスターになった者は、ここに届けを出すのが決まりだったわよね。あんたたちが勝手に決めたルールだけど、今回は守ってあげる。
それは結構。なるほど。ではその少年には感謝しなくてはな。
The priest called Kotomine slowly turns to me. Without realizing, I step back. He's not scary at all. I don't feel any hostility from him. But this priest still has a presence that makes the air around him feel heavy.
私はこの教会を任されている琴峰綺麗というものだが、君の名は何というのかな。7人目のマスターよ。
エミヤシロ。けど、俺はまだマスターなんてものになった覚えはないからな。
Boy, he heard that name Emi and you know, like, he is happy right now. I glare back at the priest, trying not to lose against his presence.
エミヤ、シロ。
Yep. This is not something we would have ever picked up on. It just sounds like him repeating the name. That's kind of an Emiya Shiro, right? Like oh, an Emiya. And he's got that little smile now. The weight on my back turns into a chill. Yep, this is the type of thing I wanted to see, right? To realize that from the start, I probably could have picked up potentially on some of the details here. Like from the Fate route. It's just interesting to go back and kind of see foreshadowing or things that were just put there in advance, right? The priest slowly smiles as if he's met someone pleasant. Yep, he's just happy for his chance at revenge. I honestly didn't know if they'd dote on it like this, but they really do. Right, it is definitely something I could have observed. That smile. It makes me...
礼を言う、エミヤ。よくリンを連れてきてくれた。君がいなければあれは最後までここには訪れなかったろう。
Makes me, like, he had to cut himself off. Or he got cut off. Not he cut himself off. I was gonna say something about, like, his views on Kirei. Probably gonna, like, it makes me feel a chill. Or, like, makes me feel fear or something. The priest makes his way toward the altar. Tosaka moves away from the altar and stands beside me.
では始めよう。エミヤシロ。君はセイバーのマスターで間違いはないか？
Makes a lot of sense that he would know that, huh?
それは違う。確かに俺はセイバーと契約した。
I mean,
けど、マスターとか聖杯戦争とか、そんなことを言われても俺には点でわからない。
for multiple reasons, that one really makes sense. Because, first of all, I'd imagine that most of the other people have, or at least most of the other people have reported to him, right, who their masters are, and he's probably got that information from Lancer, which is another reason that it's obvious that he'd know that. Feels like they're, like, whether everyone has reported to him or not, it is pretty obvious to him who, like, his servant is. And, I mean, it's not suspicious in the moment, but it makes a lot of sense. Maybe it is as simple as everyone reported to him. Right? It very well could be that simple, but I don't know. If not, like he has the means to get that information or make that assumption.
マスターっていうのがちゃんとした魔術師がなるものなら、他にマスターを選び直した方がいい。
なるほど。これは重症だ。彼は本当に何も知らないのか、リン。
Absolutely nothing.
だから素人だって言ったじゃない。そのあたりからしつけてあげて。そういう追い込み得意でしょ、あんた。
Osaka urges the priest.
ほう。これはそういうことか。よかろう。お前が私を頼ったのはこれが初めてだ。
Probably the last.
エミやシローには感謝をしてもし足りないな。
Yep. Father Kodamine laughs. Their conversation makes me feel uneasy. See, because he doesn't realize, like, why he can never thank him enough. It's because he wants his chance at revenge.
まず君の勘違いを正そう。いいか、エミヤシロ。マスターというものは他人に譲れるものではないし、なってしまった以上やめられるものでもない。その腕に霊樹を刻まれた者は、たとえ何者であろうとマスターをやめることはできん。
やめることはできないって。
He's formed
どうしてだよ。
a contract.
霊樹とは聖魂でもある。マスターとは与えられた試練だ。都合が悪いからといって放棄することはできん。その痛みからは聖杯を手に入れるまでは解放されない。お前がマスターを辞めたいというのであれば、聖杯を手に入れ、斧が望みを叶えるより他はあるまい。
Yeah, what cost?
そう、お前の望み。その内に溜まった泥を全てかき出すこともできる。そうだ。初めからやり直すこととて可能だろうよ。
I know it's not what he means, but his choice of words, right, the mud, given that final fight we had, right, and with the mud, like mud-like substance, that's an interesting choice of words. I don't think it really means anything. I just found it kind of funny.
故に望むがいい。もしその時が来るのなら、君はマスターに選ばれた幸運に感謝するのだからな。その目に見えぬ火傷の跡を消したいのならば、聖魂を受け入れるだけでいい。
I feel dizzy. The priest's words don't make any sense. They just confuse me more and more as I listen. But still, his words soak into my brain and clot like blood.
キレ、回りくどい真似はしないで。私は彼にルールを説明してあげてって言ったのよ。誰も傷を開けなんて言ってない。
Oh, snap! I zoned out for a second right here. Oh my god. Literally, oh my. He is already making targeted attacks on him. Are you for real? Wow. This dude, I told you, he's a menace. A voice cuts in.
遠坂
That clears up my dizzy head.
そうか。こういった手合いには何を言っても無駄だからな。せめて勘違いしたまま道徳を拭い去ってやろうと思ったのだが。
The choice of words erase those burns that cannot be seen. Come on, that is 100% intentional.
情けは人のためならずとはよく言ったものだ。
He just straight up
つ
said
い
he
私
enjoyed it.
自身も楽しんでしまったか。
I'm telling you, this dude is a true menace to society.
何よ、彼を助けるといいことあるっていうの、あんたに。
Is that the part you enjoyed? Was helping him? Maybe. Maybe he actually does his job as a priest. I find that hard to believe given what we know. I feel like he enjoyed prodding at him in his freaking old wounds.
あるとも。人を助けるということはいずれ自身を救うということだからな。と、今さらお前に説いても始まるまい。
In Tosaka's case, this ends up being quite literal. Helping Shiro saves her in the end. Because she would not have won that war. She would not have survived that war without Shiro. Seems like a very safe assumption to me, personally. Berserker would have annihilated them.
では本題に戻ろうか。エミヤシロ。君が巻き込まれたこの戦いは聖杯戦争と呼ばれるものだ。7人のマスターが7人のサーバントを用いて繰り広げる争奪戦。
Yep.
聞いてる。7人のマスターで殺し合うっていうふざけた話だろ。
そうだ。だが我らとて好きでこのような非道を行っているわけではない。すべてが聖杯を得るにふさわしいものを選抜するための儀式だ。何しろ物が物だからな。所有者の選定にはいくつかの試練が必要だ。
What trials? I'll bet this priest doesn't think of this Holy Grail War thing as a trial.
待てよ。さっきから聖杯聖杯って繰り返してるけど、それって一体何なんだ？
No, that's exactly what
ま
he
さか
means.
本当にあの聖杯だって言うんじゃないだろうな。
The Holy Grail, a chalice said to have received the blood of Christ. It's considered to be the greatest holy relic and said to be capable of many miracles. The most common legend about it is that one who obtains the Holy Grail will obtain the world. But that's just a myth. After all, the Holy Grail itself is pretty much something that exists but doesn't exist. A Holy Grail that makes wishes come true definitely appears in many folklores and legends around the world. But that's it. A fictional power that doesn't exist and isn't possible. That's the Holy Grail.
どうなんだ、琴峰綺麗。あんたの言う聖杯は本当に聖杯なのか？
Yep, turns out it's not fiction. It is fact.
もちろんだとも。この町に現れる聖杯は本物だ。その証拠の一つとしてサーバントなどという法外な奇跡が起きているだろう。
Yeah, that's pretty good proof.
過去の英霊を呼び出し刺激する。いいな。すでに死者の蘇生に近いこの奇跡は魔法と言える。これだけの力を持つ聖杯ならば持ち主に無限の力を与えよう。物の心眼などその事実の前には無価値だ。
So, it means that even if it is a fake, it doesn't matter if it has powers that would overwhelm even the true Holy Grail.
いいぜ。仮に聖杯があるとする。けど、ならなんだって聖杯戦争なんてものをさせるんだ。聖杯があるんなら殺し合うことなんてない。
You're right, you could.
それだけすごいものならみんなで分ければいいだろ
But
もっともな意見だがそんな自由は我々にはない。
in theory you could, but I think the Holy Grail is like, no.
聖杯を手にする者はただ一人。
So naturally, trial by combat to get to it.
それは私たちが決めたのではなく聖杯自体が決めたことだ。
I mean, it's quite archaic, but it makes sense.
7人のマスターを選ぶのも7人のサーバントを呼び出すのも全ては聖杯自体が行うこと。これは儀式だと言っただろう。聖杯は自らを持つにふさわしい人間を選び 彼らを競わせてただ一人の持ち主を選定する。それが聖杯戦争。聖杯に選ばれ手に入れるために殺し合う恒例儀式というわけだ。
The priest speaks plainly. I have no rebuttal and I look down at my left hand. There's the mark they call the command spell. I guess as long as I have this mark, I can't quite being a master. I misread that. I thought it said quite become or something, but that doesn't even make sense.
一人だけしか選ばれないにしたって他のマスターを殺すしかないっていうのは気に食わない。
ちょっと待って。殺すしかないっていうのは誤解よ、ヘミヤ君。別にマスターを殺す必要はないんだから。
Tosaka taps on my shoulder and says something unexpected.
はあ？だって殺し合いだって言ったじゃないか。琴峰もそう言ってたぞ。
Yeah, nobody's really explained this to him. Can't judge him.
殺し合いだ。
綺麗は黙ってて。あのね、この町に伝わる聖杯っていうのは霊体なの。だから物としてあるわけじゃなくて特別な儀式で呼び出す。つまり降霊するしかないってわけで、呼び出すことは私たち魔術師だけでもできるんだけど、これが霊体である以上私たちには触れられない。この意味わかる？
わかる。霊体には霊体しか触れられないんだろ。ああ、だからサーバントが必要なのか。
そういうこと。ぶっちゃけた話、聖杯戦争っていうのは自分のサーバント以外のサーバントを撤去させるってことよ。だからマスターを殺さなければならないという決まりはないの。
Yeah, it just makes things much easier. Man, she could have told me that earlier. Honestly, Tosaka and this priest were being mean. Now I'm relieved. So even if we enter this Holy Grail War, Tosaka's not going to die. Not necessarily, but doesn't
なる
have
ほ
to.
ど。そういう考えもできるか。ではエミヤシロ、一つ尋ねるが、君は自分のサーバントを倒せると思うか？
Nope. You'd get whooped. Beat Saber? That's impossible. Magic is useless against her, and she's very skilled with her sword.
ではもう一つ尋ねよう。つまらぬ問いだが、君は自分がサーバントより優れていると思えるか？
Nope. What's he saying? I can't beat Saber, so there's no way I'm superior to her. For this question, my answer will always be that I'm weaker than my servant, so...
そういうことだ。サーバントはサーバントをもってしても破りがたい。ならばどうするか。そら、実に単純な話だろう。サーバントはマスターがいなければ存在できぬ。いかにサーバントが強力であろうと、マスターが潰されれば、そのサーバントも消滅する。
So the archaic but incredibly simple solution is, just kill the masters. That's right, it's a natural solution. No one would choose to take the hard way, except me. If you want to win, the most effective way to kill the servants would be to kill their masters instead.
ああ、サーバントを消すためにはマスターを倒した方が早いってのは分かった。けどそれじゃ逆にサーバントが先にやられたらマスターはマスターでなくなるのか。聖杯に触れられるのはサーバントだけなんだろう。ならサーバントを失ったマスターには価値がない。
いや、霊樹がある限りマスターの権利は残る。マスターとはサーバントと契約できる魔術師のことだ。霊樹があるうちはいくらでもサーバントと契約できる。
Now we're just kind of getting info dumps. We kind of know. We
マ
already
スター
know
を
this.
失ったサーバントはすぐに消えるわけではない。彼らは体内の魔力が尽きるまでは現世にとどまれる。そういったマスターを失ったサーバントがいれば、サーバントを失ったマスターとて再契約が可能となる。
Kind of read all this.
戦線
I
復帰
kinda
が
clicked
で
through
き
it.
るというわけだ。
I got to the part I was, or like, to the thing that interested me, so I think I'll probably click through the lore dumps.
だからこそ、
じゃあ霊樹を使い切ったら
待って、それは。
それはその通りだ。もっともいたとしたら、そいつは半人前どころか
I'll just check
た
it.
だのふぬけと
Oh yeah, he is
納
trying to
得
provoke
がいっ
you.
たか。さて、君はマスターになったつもり。マスターを君が今か。
ちょっと待っ
私とて私は繰り返すゆえにマスターで亡くなった魔術師を
繰り返される聖杯戦争。
Yeah.
それどういうことだよ。
無論だ。この教会は
It's a valid question.
聖遺物を回収する任を帯びると極東の地に観測された第726聖杯を調査。
720。
さあ少な。そしてその中の一つが記録では200以後約5。聖杯戦争はこれ。
正気かお前ら。
全く同感。そう、過去繰り返された聖杯戦争はことごとく苛烈を極めてきた、
うん
君も知っていると思うが、魔術師にとって魔術を一般社会で使用することは第一の罪悪だ。魔術師は斧が正体を人々に知られてはならないのだからな。
Yeah, that sounds pretty awful. Is that what the last Holy Grail War was like? It's kind of what I've gotten from it, but
だが過去のマスターたちはそれを破った。魔術協会は彼らを戒めるために監督役を派遣したが、
ああ、けど
yeah.
今の話
ほう、
だって以前なら仮に聖杯があるとして最後まで勝ち残ったやつが魔術師を監視するのが教会の仕事なら、あんたはそういうやつ。
まさか
It's not their
私
job.
利私欲で動かぬ魔術師などおるまい。
そんなバカな。じゃあ
困るな。だが私何しろ望みを叶える杯。しかしそれが嫌だというのならお前が勝ち残ればいい。他人を当てにするよりは
Okay.
その方が
Sorry.
何よりも確実だろう。
Kind of clicking through, but I had to stop here. He is totally enjoying your inability to accept the facts. He loves to see this because he truly despises your family name.
どうした少年。今
そんなの余計なお世話だ。大地、
ほう、
それは
理由がないのならそれも結構。
10年前。
Ooh, yep. Brought that
そう
in.
だ。前回の聖杯戦争の最後にな。ふさわしくないマスターが聖杯に触れた。そのマスターが何を望んでいたかは知らん。我々にわかるのはその時に残された災害の爪痕だけだ。
I wonder who it was. Couldn't be you.
待ってくれ。
そうだ。この死傷者500名、焼け落ちた建物は実に134棟。未だもって原因不明とされるあの火災こそが
I'd feel sick
聖
too.
杯戦争による爪痕だ。
エミヤくん、どうしたのよ。いきなり顔面真っ白にしちゃって。
Does she not know?
そりゃあんまり。
心配無用だ。遠坂の変な顔を見たら治った。
Yeah, you might get decked for that one.
ちょっと、それどういう意味よ。
いや、タイはないんだ。こと
ならいいけど。余計に悪いじゃない、このド変僕。
Yep. Oh man, man got
Thank you.
decked. Not really. By
本当
what I
に
meant,
助かった
but
からあんまりいじめないでくれ、遠坂。今
ほう、まだ質問があるのか。
じゃあ聞く。あんた
当然だろう。
じゃあ
早まるな。手に入れるだけならば簡単だ。もっともそれは器だけだ。この教会に保管してあるのは
じゃあ聖杯は本物だったのか。
どうにもならん。その聖杯は完成には至らなかった。バカな男が。
どういうことだ。
聖杯を表すだけならば簡単だ。 7人のサーバントが揃い、時間が経てば、だがそれでは聖杯は完成しない。
要するに前回一番初めに聖杯を手に入れたマスターはアマちゃんだったのよ。敵のマスターとは戦う。
嘘。琴峰。
Pretty much.
途
Yeah.
中まで戦いはした。だが判断を間違えた。
Only halfway?
結果として私は空の聖杯を手にしただけ。
They made that sound like the very final fight, though, of the Holy Grail War.
もっとも私ではそれが限界だったろう。何しろ他のマスターたちはどいつもこいつも化け物揃いだったからな。私は真っ先にサーバントを失い、そのまま父に保護されたよ。
Was he not Archer's original master? And he just kind of took him in, or? I guess I'll get the answers to these questions later, but I feel like I shouldn't be as confused as I am. Because I really thought that fight with, like, Gilgamesh was, like, the very end of that Holy Grail War. Maybe it wasn't and that fire happened and then later the Holy Grail was destroyed?
思えば父はその折に亡くなった。以後私は監督役を引き継ぎ、話は聖杯を手にする資格、その戦い、聖杯戦争に参加するかの意思をここで決め、まだいいか。マスターというものは決定されていたものがあるとマスターに選ばれるのは、それがないというの。お前もお前を育てた師も出来損ないだ。そんな魔術師に戦われても迷惑だからな。今ここでレイジを消してしまえ。
マスターとして戦う。
Oh, I don't even have a
10
choice
年前
this
の
time.
火事の原因が聖杯戦争だって言うなら、俺は
それではこの瞬間にこれよりマスターが残り一人になるまでこの町における魔術戦を許可する。おのおのが自身の誇り。
決まりね。それじゃ
構わんよ。
遠慮なく。キレ、あんた見届け役なんだから。
それは困ったな。エミやシローも含め今回は正規の魔術師が少ない。私が知り得るマスターは2人だけだ。
Okay, so the reason he knows who his servant is not because everyone reported to him. Okay, so I was right. It is the either Lancer, or his past knowledge of the Emiya family, or both. Which is how he knew.
あ、そう。なら呼び出された順番なら
Or
わかる
does
で
he?
しょ。
Or does he just get that info?
仮
Does
に
he?
も監視
Wait.
役なんだ。
Oh, never mind. He does just know. Never mind. I take it back. Take it back.
2番手はキャスターだな。あとは
そう。
Oh, gotcha.
正式に聖杯戦争が許されるとしたらそれ。
自分のサーバントを失って保護を願う場。
そうだ。おそらく君が勝者になるだろうが、減点がついては
エセ神父。教会のに
私は神に仕える。
よく言うわ。だからエセなのよ、あんたは。
Alright, let's get through this. We already know all this
そ
stuff.
んなんでいいのか遠坂。
いいわよ、そんなの。むしろ縁が切れてせいせいするぐらいだもの。そんなことより。
Hi.
なんだよ。まだなんかあるっていうのか。
Yeah, you guys are definitely incompatible.
話がないなら帰るからな。
喜べ少年。君の願いはようやく叶う。
I feel like this is going to be interesting. I'm going to read it. The priest says, as if declaring an oracle. Those words aren't those the true feelings I haven't yet realized?
何をいきなり。
分かっていたはずだ。明確な悪がいなければ君の望みは叶わない。たとえそれが君にとって容認し得ぬものであろうと、正義の味方には倒すべき悪が必要だ。
So what, did he realize how similar he is to Kiritsugu? I feel like everything has turned black. The priest said it. The greatest wish and the ugliest wish I have are the same. Yes, the desire to protect something is at the same time none other than the wish for something to violate it.
お前
There's no way I'd wish for something like that. I don't remember a moment when I've wished for that. Such an insecure wish just means the target ideals are inconsistent. But the priest says as if to pierce my heart, good thing you have an enemy now.
何取り繕うことはない。君の葛藤は人間としてとても正しい。
The priest smiles. I shake off the priest's words and walk to the door.
さらばだ、エミヤシロ。最後の忠告になるが、帰り道には気をつけたまえ。
We're gonna get jumped by Berserker again?
これより君の世界は一変する。君は殺し、殺される側の人間になった。その身はすでに
He says
マス
so.
ターなのだから。
He says so as I quickly make my way out. Okay, so what happens now? Is it gonna be the same scene as before? No, they would have told me to skip, right? Unless there's just a little further to go. It's a bit windy now. It must be partly because this place is on top of a hill. The wind is a bit stronger than normal and carries a sharp chill.
シロ、話は終わりましたか？
まあ事情は嫌っていうほど思い知らされた。聖杯戦争のこともマスターのこともな。
それでは。
She comes closer and looks up at me. It's only natural for her to do so. Her fate is determined by my choice.
ああ俺に務まるかどうかはわからないけど、マスターとして戦うって決めた。半人前な男で悪いんだけど、俺がマスターってことに納得してくれるか？
納得するも何もありません。あなたは初めから私のマスターです。この身はあなたの剣になると誓ったではないですか。
That scene flashes through my mind.
そうだったな。うん。セイバーがそう言ってくれると助かる。
I take a deep breath and look at Saber again.
それじゃあ握手しよう。これからよろしく、セイバー。
I extend my right hand. I don't care what relationship a master and his servant should have, nor do I know what I should be doing now. If this is the way things are going to be, I at least want our first greeting to be in style.
セイバー、あれ、もしかして握手はダメか？
いいえ、そんなことはありません。ただ突然だったので驚きました。
Saber takes my hand as she says so.
今一度誓いましょう。あなたの身に霊樹がある限り、この身はあなたの剣になると。
ああ、よくわからないけど頼む。
Did this happen before? I don't know. Saber's really serious, so I nod. Come to think of it, this is weird. We're under the winter night sky. I'm shaking hands with a girl I just met, and we're talking like we're making a contract.
その分じゃ放っておいても良さそうね、あなたたち。
Oh man, hey Tosaka. I quickly let go of her hand. When I turn around, I see Tosaka and that knight in red. Oh, this is definitely
仲
different
いいじゃない。さっきまでは話もしなかったのに大した変わりようね。何？セイバーのことは完全に信頼したってわけ？
いや、そういうわけじゃないけど、あ、いや、そういうことになるのか。
No, that's not it. Well, I guess you're right.
まだセイバーのことは何も知らないけど、これから一緒にやってくんだから。
そう。ならせいぜい気を張りなさい。あなたたちがそうなった以上、私たちも容赦しないから。
Is that like a cut on my eyelid, man? This hurts. What the heck? I tilt my head and wonder. For a brief moment, I don't get what she said.
あのね、私たち敵同士だって理解してる？ここまで連れてきてあげたのは、あなたがまだ敵にもなっていなかったからよ。けど、これでエミヤ君もマスターの一人でしょ？なら、やるべきことは一つしかないと思うけど。
Is she about to jump us outside the church? No way.
ん？
Well, she's right, but
なんでさ、俺、遠坂と喧嘩するつもりはないぞ。
はあ、やっぱりそうきたか。参ったな。これじゃあ連れてきた意味がないじゃない。
Tosaka slumps her shoulders.
リン、
何？私がいいって言うまで口出しはしない約束でしょ？あ
Sheesh.
ちゃ。
それは承知しているが、このままでは拉致が開くまい。相手の覚悟など確かめるまでもない。倒しやすい敵がいるのなら遠慮なく叩くべきだ。
Bro, you literally just got proof that you cannot defeat Saber. Like, as of now.
そんなこと言われなくても分かってるけど。
分かっているのなら行動に移せ。それとも何か？君はまたその男に情けをかけるのか？
Sheesh. Again. That's...
まさかとは思うが、そういう事情ではあるまいな。
Oh my god.
そんなわけないでしょ。
Now she's the one getting teased. Although, he's not really trying to tease her, but...
ただこいつには借りがあるじゃない。それを返さない限り気持ちよく戦えないだけよ。
また難儀な。では私は消えるぞ。借りとやらを返したのなら呼んでくれ。
The knight in red, Archer, disappears. No, rather, I just can't see him anymore. According to Tosaka, servants are spirits. Saber says she cannot turn into spirit form, but I'm sure Tosaka's servant can, since Tosaka is a complete master. Well, that aside...
なあ遠坂、仮ってもしかしてさっきのことか？
Might be.
そうよ。
Yeah.
形はどうあれ、
What
エミヤ君は
else would it be?
レイジを使ってセイバーを止めたでしょ。だから少しは遠慮してあげなくちゃバランスが悪いってこと。
Unless she has a secret reason from, like, before the story takes place, that's the only thing I could have been, really.
バランスって妙なことにこだわるんだな、遠坂は。
ええ、分かってるわ。こんなの心の贅肉だって理解してるわよ。けどしょうがないじゃない。私借りっぱなしって嫌いなんだから。
She turns away.
けどこんなのは期間限定のサービスなんだから。明日になったら容赦しないから、せいぜいセイバーと作戦でも立てなさい。
And then he's gonna go full dum-dum mode and not bring Saber to school, right?
つまりサービスは今日いっぱいってわけか？
そうよ。まあここまで連れてきたのは私だし、町に戻るぐらいまでは面倒見てあげるわ。
Osaka starts to walk without looking at us.
行きましょうシロ。彼女の言う通り、ここに長居するのは良くない。
I don't think we're gonna get jumped by Ilya. Like, or the scene would have to be different, right? Because we have Archer now. I nod to Saber and follow Tosaka. The three of us descend the hill together. It might be because Tosaka's walking ahead, but we go down the hill with few words. There's a forked road ahead of us. One path leads to the main street going towards the Shinto station, and the other leads to the big bridge leading to Miyama City. Tosaka stops at the intersection.
遠坂？なんだよ、いきなり立ち止まって。帰るなら橋の方だろ？
Yeah, probably, but
うん、
another plan?
悪いけど
sheesh.
ここからは一人で帰って。
Okay.
エミヤ君にかまけてて忘れてたけど、私だって暇じゃないの。せっかくシントにいるんだから探し物の一つもして帰るわ。
Okay, I guess.
探し物って他のマスターか？
そう。あなたがどう思っているか知らないけど、私はこの時をずっと待っていた。7人のマスターが揃って聖杯戦争っていう殺し合いが始まるこの夜をね。ならここでおとなしく帰るなんて選択肢はないでしょ。
Oh my god.
セイバーを倒せなかった分、他のサーバントでも仕留めないと気が済まないわ。
I need to take it out on some other servant. Jesus, what the... We're gonna go to school tomorrow and, like, somebody's gonna be dead already. Tosaka's eyes show her determination. That makes me realize Osaka Rin is a magus. Her mentality and her knowledge as a magus are complete. So why?
だからここでお別れよ。義理は果たしたし、これ以上一緒にいると何かと面倒でしょ。きっぱり別れて、明日からは敵同士にならないと。
But I don't want to do that. I don't want to be enemies with you. Why does she have this part of her that's unlike a magus? She did not explain the rules to me out of any sense of obligation. She just supported me, understanding the situation I'm in, and acted fairly. So things are back to normal now that the explanations are over. As a master, I will just be a target to her now. But still, Tosaka said those words to me. For Tosaka, everything that happened tonight is unnecessary. It would be troublesome if we stayed together any longer. She's gonna say something like that. She should have left us alone from the beginning. That's facts. She is like part Magus and then very much part like not Magus, right? Because if she was a full-on Magus, we'd have been attacked by now. One of us would be dead, most likely, you know. And a real Magus probably isn't worried about them owing somebody, you know, and would have just attacked us. Tosaka's smart, so she should know that all too well. But still, she set aside all thoughts of loss or gain and helped me out. Why can I not read right now? The Tosaka in front of me is so different from the one at school. Even when I put it nicely, she's sour, cranky, unapproachable, and so different that I want to scream. Man, it feels almost like a fraud. Yet still, Tosaka Rin is just how everyone thought she was.
ああ、登坂いいやつなんだな。
は？何よ突然。おだてたって手は抜かないわよ。
I know that. She won't go easy on me, and that's why she said it'll be a bother if she feels empathy for me.
知ってる。けど、できれば敵同士にはなりたくない。俺、お前みたいなやつは好きだ。
Sheesh. Tosaka falls silent for some reason. The silent suburbs. The church at the top of the hill and the silence of the foreigner cemetery feel surprisingly warm.
とにかくサーバントがやられたら迷わずさっきの教会に逃げ込みなさいよ。そうすれば命だけは助かるんだから。
Is that a full-on blushing sprite? Oh my.
ああ、気が引けるけど一応聞いておく。けどそんなことにはならないだろう。どう考えてもセイバーより俺の方が短命だ。
Tosaka reacts strangely once again. Yeah, she's feeling a way right now. She feels something towards us. Maybe it's just because it literally might be just Sakura. Oh my god, wait, that is her name, right? Oh goodness. Oh, it's not even there. I'm pretty sure the other girl. I'm almost positive her name is Sakura. It's been like 2 weeks. I'm having like a brain fart. Because she is friends with Sakura. Right? And we're very important to Sakura. It might be that simple. Honestly. But, yeah. After letting out a sigh, she glances at Saber.
いいわ。これ以上の忠告は本当に感情移入になっちゃうから言わない。
That would be quite soft.
せいぜい気をつけなさい。いくらセーバーが優れているからってマスターであるあなたがやられちゃったらそれまでなんだから。
That's very true. She turns her back and starts walking. But, as if she's seen a ghost, her feet stop dead in their tracks.
ねえ、お話は終わり？
Now we do get jumped by Ilya. Great. A youthful voice echoes through the night. The melodic tone is unmistakably that of a young girl. My vision is drawn to the top of the hill. There. I don't know when the clouds parted, but a brilliant moon is now shining in the sky. The shadow is long and grotesque, like a devil in a picture book. In this gloomy town of shadow pictures stands a figure that should not be there. That boy berserker. Yep. Tosaka mumbles a word I'm not accustomed to hearing. Even though I don't know what she means, I can feel the giant's dreadfulness all too well. That thing is not human. Then, it is one of the beings called servants, just like Saber.
こんばんはお兄ちゃん。こうして会うのは2度目だね。
So how are we getting out of this? The girl smiles as she says this. That innocence sends a chill down my spine. The girl looks so out of place next to the thing behind her, and it feels like I'm dreaming. No, chill is an understatement. Not just my body, but my mind is frozen as well. That thing is a monster. I'm not even staring at it, but its mere presence roots me to the spot.
驚いた。単純な能力だけならセイバー以上じゃない、あれ。
Tosaka glares at the monster above her, clicking her tongue. In her, I see despair, and the spirit to not lose to it.
あーちゃん、あれは力押しでなんとかなる相手じゃない。ここはあなた本来の戦い方に徹するべきよ。
She murmurs this quietly. What, by playing pure defense, turtling like you're playing for honor? The knight without form replies to her.
了解した。だが守りはどうする？リンではあれの突進は防げまい。
こっちは3人よ。しのぐだけなら何とでもなるわ。
He must have nodded to her words. The presence behind Tosaka vanishes instantly.
エミヤ君、逃げるか戦うかはあなたの自由よ。けど、できるなら何とか逃げなさい。相談は済んだ。なら、始めちゃっていい？
The girl laughs playfully. She curtsies in a manner quite out of place in such a situation.
はじめまして、リン。私はイディア。イリアスフィール・フォン・アインツベルンって言えばわかるでしょ？
Yep.
アインツベルン。
Tosaka's body stiffens, apparently recognizing that name. Perhaps she liked Tosaka's reaction as the girl smiles happily, and then...
じゃあ殺すね。やっちゃえ、バーサーカー。
She orders the strange shape behind her, as if she's singing. The massive form flies through the air. In one bound, the thing called Berserker crosses the dozens of meters from the top of the hill.
シロ、下がって。
You don't have to tell me twice. In the moonlight, bullets rain down on the descending giant like shooting stars. What? They have extreme accuracy. The silver lights that are shooting through the giant are indeed arrows. No, the word arrow is an understatement. It's like a barrage from a machine gun, and each shot could pierce through rocks. 8 shots of that. It should be able to mow down houses, but...
嘘、聞いていない。
it has no effect on the giant. The two swords clash. The giant sword of Berserker, who came down through a rain of arrows, and the sword of Saber, who ran to his landing spot. The two blades spark on contact. The swords clash. Even though she's overpowered by Berserker's attacks, Saber does not yield. The archer here too, like, we might stand a chance to at least fight them off. Silver lights run through the darkness. How much magical energy is in that small body of hers? Even though Saber is obviously weaker, she's proven to be a match against Berserker. She blocks, parries, and faces the assault of that giant sword head on. I must not be the only one who's awed. The master of that giant and the one standing next to me, Tosaka, are also fascinated by Saber's figure.
あーちゃん、援護。
In response to her voice, a silver light is fired out. The silver light strikes the giant right in his temple. The arrow that came flying through the air is as powerful as a tank shell. So what happened to him, like, not having a bow? Or seemingly not having one? He just kind of sat there on the defensive in that one fight against Lancer. Okay. No matter what this giant may be, he has to take some damage from that.
取った。
Saber slashes with her invisible sword right after the shot connects, but parried. Her attack is countered by a huge blow, and Saber is flung away. Saber slides across the asphalt. A black whirlwind runs in pursuit, and silver lights come flashing down to intercept him. they have no effect. Yeah, that's a problem. The 3 arrows hit the giant square in his forehead, but simply disappear. Yeah, Berserker's a problem, like always. The giant does not stop. Saber blocks the giant blade with her own. That was sorry, but the solution is just to kill Ilya here. Jeez, the world around them is getting destroyed. My scream is meaningless. As Saber blocks Berserker's sword head on, she's flung away like a ball, and she falls to the ground. Is she dizzy? Saber has her knees on the ground and does not move.
とどめね。潰しなさい、バーサーカー。
Saber's not just gonna die, right? The girl's voice echoes. The black giant charges at Saber with brutal speed.
あちゃ、続けて。
Tosaka starts running as she screams. She must intend to help Saber. She runs up the hill while taking out something that looks like a rock.
キリヒト、ウムツーフレアドップルンク。
She using some of her secret weapon. Tosaka scatters obsidian jewels in the sky, and numerous silver lights come flying from the heavens. Even with that, Berserker's charge does not stop. Jeez, man, what are you supposed to do? Monster. I finally understand how absurd he is. That giant isn't just strong. You must be protected by some law of immortality created from abnormal amounts of magical energy. Yeah, pretty much.
いいよ。うるさいのは無視しなさい。どうせアーチャーとリンの攻撃じゃ、あなたの宝具を超えられないんだから。
The girl's voice rings out. The giant sword is swung, and Saber bravely blocks it with her sword and is flung away once again. Sheesh. She flies dozens of meters. Saber flies through the air like a pitcher's fastball and plows into the open terrain off the road. Sheesh. Like a fastball. She must be dead. Once is bad enough, but she can't be okay after receiving such a blow twice. The black whirlwind moves. He's not dead yet. Berserker's not gonna care. The match is already decided, but he's not done yet. The giant called Berserker roars and charges onto the open land. She'll die. Even if Saber's still alive, she'll surely die now. And as long as I'm here, I'm sure I'll die as well.
できるのなら、なんとか逃げて。
Man, no way. The one who said that isn't here. Tosaka went after Berserker. She must intend to keep fighting against this monster that is unscathed by all those attacks. Man, come on, what kind of choice is this? Oh, man. Okay. Fight Berserker or leave. Like Tosaka said. Come on, like what kind of... Does follow them mean follow Tosaka? Don't go means what, like stay? Come on. I think I'm gonna go with follow him. I mean, like, Saber's just gonna die if we don't, right? Hey, Berserker seems to be charging us right now, yeah. Maybe I just got us killed, but if I did, whatever. I know I won't be able to do anything even if I do go. But still, I still feel her hand in mine. I told her we'll try our best. She shook the hand I held out. So,
もうそんなの決まってるじゃないか。
guess we could have ran and used a command spell, but I'll be killed if I go up the hill after that giant. My body is trembling from that fact, but I suppress it and run up the slope.
Saber!
I run into the open land, and then the scenery there is totally unexpected. Gravestones are flying around. Every time the giant swings his sword, the heavy gravestones are split in two. In the midst of it, a knight bravely runs through the storm of gravestones. Saber is built different. Yo. Fire. This is fire. Oh man. That is such a good CG too. Boom. Oh man. The axe sword rages around. Gravestones are flung aside. In the chaos, Saber's fighting Berserker with the same, no, with more power than before. Their positions are reversed here. The advantage belongs to someone with a small body like Saber. Berserker is hindered by obstacles, and Saber acts as if there's nothing in her way. I'm sure that a hindrance of this degree is only trivial for Berserker, but it's more than nothing. It's only a slight difference, but that slight difference is tipping the scale the other way now.
こっち前に出るととばっちり食らうわよ。何考えてんのよあんた。逃げろって言ったでしょ。それとも何、もしかして聞こえなかったわけ。
Shiro tends to ignore logical advice, so she's really angry.
いや、聞こえてた。けど、そういうわけにもいかないだろう。
はあ、なんでそういうわけにもいかないなんて結論が出るのよ。エミヤ君は戦う手段がないんだから、いるだけ邪魔ってわからない。いろいろやって死ぬんならしょうがないけど、何もせずにやられちゃったら無駄死にってもんじゃない。
Brutal. I don't know why, but Tosaka is seriously angry. Yeah, she does not want you to die, bro. Even though I'm getting yelled at, I don't feel bad for some reason.
なあ、それ遠坂が怒ることか。別に俺が無駄死にしようと遠坂には関係ないだろう。
関係あるわよ。今日一杯は見逃してあげるって言ったんだから、ちゃんと家に帰ってもらわないと困るの、私が。
I'm confused even more now. Tosaka sure had a different face on at school.
たく、とにかくまだ無事なんだから今のうちに逃げなさい。あのイリアスフィールってガキ、本気で私たちを皆殺しにするつもりだろうから。
それは分かってる。けど逃げられるわけないだろう。セイバーがああして戦ってるんだ。俺が離れるわけにはいかない。
それは一人前のセリフよ。何の援護もできないあなたがいても無駄死にするだけでしょ。
Even if you might be right, that's brutal.
これが最後よ。いいから早く逃げなさい。
そんなことあるもんか。体がある限りできることはあるはずだ。それにな、遠坂、自分にできないことを人にやらせる気か、お前。
Tosaka looks at me with a serious expression.
そうね。自分にできないことをあなたに強制するなんて恥知らずはこっちだった。
There. She looks away.
まあ確かに逃げる必要はないかもね。あの調子じゃセイバーは負けないだろうし。
Let's go. Saber putting in the work. Tosaka takes a peek from behind the tree. Their battle is continuing without change. Berserker's attacks smash through empty space and only destroy his surroundings. Between the attacks, within the swirling whirlwind and flying clods, within the rain of broken gravestones, Saber rushes in without even dirtying her armor and attacks Berserker. It is a divine work of utmost excellence. My fear has disappeared seeing this battle that is totally impossible for mere humans. Instead, I'm fascinated. I cannot believe I was in this Holy Grail War thing, and I also had some uneasiness. But all of it is blown away when I see her. Dancing swords. Within the whirlwind of fatal destruction, the knight challenges the enemy without hesitation. This scene is so cool, man. Seeing Saber, I fully expected her to get whooped, so seeing her, go ham like this, amazing. I love it. Maybe this scene made me accept everything. No matter what may fall upon us in the future, I'll be able to match even a fierce god if I have Saber with me.
やっぱりね。怪しいとは思ったけど、バーサーカーの剣を受けたのはわざとだったわけか。
She's a different breed. Tosaka murmurs without emotion.
それはバーサーカーをここに誘い込むためか。
Yep. Lure him to a spot where she has the advantage.
分かってるじゃない。遮蔽物のない場所であれと戦うのは自殺行為よ。だからこそセイバーは戦場にこの場所を選んだ。それも自然にエミヤ君からバーサーカーを遠ざけながらあくまで追い詰められたふりをしてね。
If she wanted us away, maybe coming here wasn't the move. But then Saber must have determined that this place was a suitable battlefield when we were walking down the hill.
もちろんこんな戦いになったら援護は期待できないけど相手はアーチャーの野菜無効化する怪物だもの援護なんて初めっから無意味なのよ
Tosaka murmurs as she watches the battle between Saber and Berserker.
アーチャーのいや
But those words catch my attention. Archer isn't here. If he really is an archer, he should not fight hand to hand, but from above. Jeez, man. What? Tosaka snaps her fingers. Just as she said, Saber's sword must have hit Berserker, or he must have lost his footing. Berserker's body, holding firm until now, loses its balance. I mean, he has like, what, 12 lives? So, in the end, that doesn't really do anything. But they don't know that, obviously. The beast lashes out desperately. Saber dodges it by jumping back and holds her sword with both hands. This is it. As his desperate attack is dodged, Berserker loses his balance even more, and Saber bends her knees to charge in with all her power. Right then,
アーチャー離れろってどういうこと
I noticed Tosaka's confused voice, and sense an intent to kill aimed from a faraway place. Is he gonna try to gank both of them? No way. Ooh. It's nice to see Archer in a CG again, though. Behind me, I see the knight in red standing on a rooftop hundreds of meters away, readying his bow. It's either nausea or a chill. He's readying a bow that's no different from before. Cannot even scratch Berserker, even with a direct hit. So who's he aiming for? So there's no need to feel any threat from it. I feel a chill. What he is readying in his bow is not an arrow, but something completely different. And his intent to kill isn't just directed at Berserker.
Say!
I act instantly. Is that not the same exact choice? Let's call her back. I feel like maybe if we bring her back, then maybe that means we go do it. Like, drag her out, basically. And, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have this wrong. They seem like the exact same choice. Maybe this involves us going up to Saber, and this one yells at her. Right? And if we go up to Saber, we might get shot with the bow. Let's call her back.
ダメだ戻れセイバ
When I notice, I'm yelling at the top of my lungs.
マスター
She looks dumbfounded. Saber slows down as she hears my voice. But that's not enough. She won't make it if she only slows down.
危険ですもっと後ろに下がって
Maybe we did need to drag her.
バカ危ないのはそっちだとにかくこっちに
I reach out to her with my hand.
私が
She must have understood me as she turns her back to Berserker and jumps away with all her might. Right after her retreat, he shoots the arrow. Saber jumps back like a spark, and Berserker tries to pursue Saber. Archer's arrow is fired right between them. Archer's arrows have not had any effect so far. Is this a noble phantasm then? The black giant ignores it, as if saying it's not worth blocking. But at that moment, the black giant turns his back to us and attacks the arrow, coming at him with all his might. In that instant, all sound is lost. What was that? Tactical nuke arrow? I throw myself on top of Saber and brace myself. Maybe I've gone deaf as I can't hear anything. All I can feel is the heat burning my skin and the shaking of the ground. Many things go flying through the air, and a piece of something pierces my back. I grit my teeth and endure it. The blinding light must have only lasted for an instant. I managed to survive the destruction. Oh my god. Wow. Berserker, he tanked that. Saber is staring in astonishment. I'm doing the same as well. I don't know what happened. Archer's arrow razed this cemetery in an instant. There's a crater at the center of the explosion. Oh my god. Archer has created this destruction. But the giant still exists in spite of such abolition.
バサか。ランク A に該当する宝具を受けて、なお無傷なんて。
Rank A? Do we not have the book yet? Oh, I don't think we do. Saber's voice is weak. Sparks are flying through the night air. The black giant is standing still in the fire, and everybody here watches this terrible spectacle without words. The crackling of the flames is the only sound present. Right when I start to think that this might turn into a big fire, something rolls toward me with a noise.
Ken?
No, it is an arrow. An arrow with a gorgeous hilt and a spiral blade. Even if it's a sword, it is an arrow if it's used as a projectile. He's using swords as arrows. That explains his infinite stock of swords, I guess. Wow. I don't know why it catches my attention so much. The arrow broken by Berserker disappears as if melting into the fire. It fades away like candy melting under heat. It makes me feel like vomiting for some reason.
白。
That kind of reminded me of Caliburn.
アーチャーの嫌だ。それ以外はわからない。
I mean, we only saw it while dizzy, but kind of reminded me of it. I raised my head to look at the distant archer. I shouldn't be able to see him. I shouldn't be able to see him, but I do. He's smiling. He's smiling as if to tell me that he wasn't aiming just at Berserker.
あいつ。
Oh, I saw his magic circuit pop up. I feel a headache. The chill running down my back won't go away. My spine is burning like it does when I fail to create a magic circuit.
ふーん、見直したわ、リン。やるじゃない、あなたのアーチャー。
The girl's cheerful voice echoes through the air.
いいわ、戻りなさい、バーサーカー。つまらないことは初めに済まそうと思ったけど、少し予定が変わったわ。
The black shadow wavers. The giant starts to retreat through the fire.
何よ、ここまでやって逃げる気？ええ、気が変わったの。セイバーはいらないけど、あなたのアーチャーには興味が湧いたわ。だから、もうしばらくは生かしておいてあげる。
The giant disappears. The girl giggles.
それじゃあ、バイバイ。また遊ぼうね、お兄ちゃん。
Saying this, she goes away. I did not expect any of that from Archer. I knew he was like powerful, he had to be. But I did not expect this, man. What the heck? The unexpected disaster leaves. Osaka must not intend to follow that girl in spite of what she said. Even I can tell that the girl let us go. So I don't think Tosaka will go and seek out such a reckless fight.
助かりました、マスター。あなたが声をかけてくれなければ、私もアーチャーの宝具に巻き込まれていた。
No problem.
ああ、それは。
マスター。
Yeah, something's good with him though. What's wrong with me? Even though I'm not wounded, I feel sick, and my consciousness is
エミヤ君？
not
何？顔が
wounded.
真っ青じゃないあなた。
You literally just said something was in your back, bro.
マスター。白。
My knees buckle. My vision goes white.
しっかり。何があったのです、一体。
I feel someone support me as I start to fall. But the feeling fades as all my senses go away. What's left is this throbbing within me. What's irritating me? And what am I so concerned about? I'm about to fall unconscious, but my head continues to throb. Is it over? It's over. Okay. Unlimited Blade Works. Too bad my webcam was right in the way of that. So just to make things simple, we're gonna wrap up right here. Alright, bookmark. Yes, we are calling it here. So, I just have to say, this episode picked up a lot. So, the beginning, it was just kind of stuff we all knew, right? Nothing really super special. It was good explanation. We got some interesting stuff in the church, right? That was all well and good, right? I was super excited to be back in Fate, so I didn't even mind, honestly. I'm so happy to be playing again. But then we got to the fight scene. So that was just a great fight in general that really showed how powerful Saber is, right? Early, like not like in Fate Route where she looked trash at first. She looked like she was worthless, honestly. And they did not do that this time. Saber was still quite strong. Or shown as quite strong. Did it do the black screen thing again? We're part of the top and bottom. Oh my god, no way. Are you serious? Please tell me you didn't do that for the whole episode. I guess I'll have to check later. Whatever. Anyways, Saber was shown as quite strong really early this time around. And I loved it. That was great. That fight was really good. How she was working Berserker. But then Archer, I did not expect that from Archer. We saw his noble phantasm, the nuke arrow, except it was actually a sword. And honestly, it kind of looked like Caliburn. To be honest, it kind of did. Like, based on the very small part of it that we saw. It kind of reminded me of it. Maybe I'm tripping. I could very well just be tripping, but we will see. Something's up with Shiro. And I am very excited to see what's going on, but I gotta wrap up here. Not to leave it on like a cliffhanger, but like I said, I've got a friend over. I can't record all day, as much as I would love to. But amazing episode. I'm so glad to be back into it. I don't even know what else to say. The end of this episode ended it ended so well. And I mean, like, the fight scene was great. Archer's nuke, what's going on with Shiro, like, I don't know. And I'm really enjoying Tosaka, right? I mean, I always really liked Tosaka's character, but I guess this time around she's not gonna inherently, like, be with us, right? Like, not be an ally. So I don't know what's gonna go on there. Interesting stuff. Anyways, it is time to wrap this episode up. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know, sorry, it's been a while since I recorded Fate, but we're back, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I enjoyed a lot, so hopefully you guys did as well. There's just a quick thing I'm going to throw out there. During the duration of my friend being here, we are going to record a lot, but I'll try to get another episode or two of Fate in. He leaves June 28th. So, in that span, I'll try to get a few episodes in. It might not happen super fast. We'll see what I can do. Hopefully, I can get a few in. But, again, my friend's only here, like, for 2 weeks out of a whole year. So, we're looking to hang out. But while we're here, we are going to hang out and play Persona 4 Golden, which will be on the channel. We're going to watch Neon Genesis Evangelion with him and my brother. That will be on my channel. We're going to play a few small games like Journey, Bastion, and What Remains of Edith Finch. They might end up on the channel. I don't know. So there will be plenty of content, but not a ton of Fate, but I will try to get some in there. Anyways, that is all for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed me coming back to Fate. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And I literally cannot give you a prediction on the next episode. Hopefully it won't be a 2-week gap, but it could be. But I will see you guys on that next episode whenever it comes out. Peace.